and you have a team that is getting to the World Series and losing to the Philadelphia Phillies because these guys are so good, and this is the year they get over the top and can win the World Series.
Fly ball onto the track, at the wall, it's gone! Home run!
Turns on a ball, deep right field, and gone!
What a game, what a moment.
What is up, my friends? It is opening day.
Woo!
Welcome to Flippin' Bats, presented by Original Penguin, the brand you wear for an original good time. Alex, this is gonna be so much fun. Opening day is here, so today, here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
We did NL preview yesterday.
Yes, we did.
We did AL preview the day prior.
Sure
Today,
did.
we're gonna have our full playoff bracket, all 6 teams on each side of the league, all leading up to one World Series winner. We're also gonna have all of our award picks, MVPs, Cy Youngs, Rookie of the Year, stat predictions for each of those, and then we're gonna go watch a lot of baseball. You're not gonna watch a lot because you're going to a game. I'm gonna watch every game humanly possible. What a day.
Can I just tell you how excited I am? I haven't been to Dodgers opening day since high school. I grew up with season tickets to the Dodgers and then wasn't able to go while I was in college. Right out of college, I started working for the Angels, and I worked every opening day up until, 2 years ago? So I'm going to Dodgers opening day, you guys. I'm so excited.
All right, Alex, let's get into it. We got AL and NL award winners. This segment is presented by Original Penguin, the brand you wear for an original good time. And before we get into it, Alex, I have to say,
What?
This is from my closet. It's Penguin.
Ooh.
It's my favorite button down in there. I really do love it. We're matching.
I knew you were going to wear that because I know every single shirt that you have in your closet, and this is one of 2 button-down shirts that he has. So we're twinning.
I don't know if I like
It's
that.
fun.
I don't know if
You're
I like that
welcome.
statement, but
Yep,
it
it's
is
true.
one of my favorites. All right, let's get into some awards.
Okay, we're going to start in the American League. Who do you have as the AL MVP?
My American League MVP is a newcomer to the American League from the National League the year prior. I'm going Juan Soto. I really do think he has a great year. I think for the first time in his career, he hits 40 home runs and tacks 2 more onto that. So I have him hitting 42 homers, hitting 302 with 123 RBIs. He's going to have a big year. People think Juan Soto has had a couple of down years from what we saw early on in his career. The guy, in my opinion, just takes too many walks. I think he should swing the bat more. I think he's going to do that this year in front of Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
I think that's a great place for him to hit in that lineup. Why, you ask? Because he's going to get more to hit in every lineup he's been in. I don't care if he was with the Nationals when they won a World Series. I don't care if he was with the Padres where they had a great offense as well. He has not had protection in the lineup like Aaron Judge. So he's going to get more to hit this year. I think he's going to do more damage offensively in terms of driving balls into the gaps and driving balls over the wall, and specifically that short porch there in right field. When Juan Soto misses a ball, but still hits, I mean misses, like he has a lot of power to all fields. But his miss is almost from the left side of the plate, a hook down the right field line. Those balls are getting out of Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
He could miss-hit some baseballs that get out this year. I think he has a huge year. I'm going Juan Soto as my American League MVP.
Okay, who do you have as your American League Cy Young winner?
All right, my American League Cy Young winner, I am going Tarek Skubal of the Detroit Tigers. I love the guy.
I know you do.
I am high on this guy.
I know you do.
I've got him going 12-5. Again, wins, losses, who really cares? I got the Tigers being a 500 team last year, or this year.
Stats to win the Cy Young, yeah?
Not win-loss record. That's old. The Tigers aren't going to be the best team in baseball, but
Definitely
Tarek
not.
Skubal is going to be the best pitcher in the American League. With a 2.91 ERA, he's going to punch out 248 guys. Look, in spring training, Skubal was throwing 100 miles an hour from the left side. That plays.
Yep.
That plays really well in this league. We'll take that. We'll take that for the Tigers. Go Tigers! 500 team this year. Woo! Skubal. AL Cy.
Okay, let's wrap it up. Who's going to be your AL Rookie of the Year?
All right, AL Rookie of the Year is a guy that many of you know if you watch the World Series, if you watch the playoffs, if you're a fan of the Rangers, I'm going Evan Carter. First full season in baseball. He had a really, really good year last year. Once he came up, very limited time. I'm really excited for a full season of Evan Carter. I think he's going to hit around 300. I got him hitting 289. He's not a huge power guy, but I think he can flirt with 20 homers. I got him hitting 289 with 17 homers and 88 RBIs is my prediction for Evan Carter this year, which I think is going to be good enough to win AL Rookie of the Year.
Awesome.
Thanks. We like that?
I do.
Because now I'm going to ask you yours. We'll see where we agree, where we disagree, and we'll start with MVP.
Yeah, we normally disagree on a lot. We do disagree on the MVP.
That doesn't sound like us, Alex.
We do agree on one here in this section. But we're going to start with my AL MVP. I was talking about it in our AL preview show. I believe this is Julio Rodriguez's year. This is his year to shine. He is on the verge of greatness. It's his third season. He put up a 30-30 season, a Gold Glove caliber defense last year. Now, he did have a tale of two different seasons, right? First half, he had a 721 OPS. Second half, he had a 941 OPS. So if he can take that second half of the season, the magic that we saw at the All-Star game, that we know he can put this team on his back with the starting rotation that the Mariners have. I believe they're going to win the AL West. I believe Julio Rodriguez can go all the way. I believe he's going to have a 305 average, 38 home runs, 107 RBI, and just go off this year. Julio, let's go. We're making it good.
All right.
Thank you.
I like Julio. This would be great. I hope he does great this year. Okay, on to Cy Young. Who's your AL Cy Young Award winner?
My AL Cy Young winner is the newest Baltimore Oriole, Corbin Burnes. He's now on a new, young, exciting team that I feel like this veteran piece is what they were missing to kind of get over that playoff hump, right? We both thought that they're going to win the AL East this year, like they did last year. They're going to repeat. But I think he is going to have a great season. 15-9, an ERA of 3.05, 210 strikeouts. It feels like this is going to be the right fit for him, in the right place to get to that next level.
All right, I like it.
Yep.
Alex, many people say that I am no genius, but I know you said we agree on one of the three here, so I think I know who your AL Rookie of the Year might be.
Yes. Okay, so my AL Rookie of the Year is Evan Carter, World Series champ. He was a September call-up who was a big reason that this Rangers team was able to get to the playoffs and then make the run, help them win a World Series, and I believe with a full season in Major League Baseball, he's going to show why he is one of the best rookies out there. We have the exact same average, too, of him hitting 289. I think he's going to get over 20 home runs at 21 and 25 stolen bases. Well, so by the way, you guys, we have no idea who the other one is picking before we do this. We had no idea stats, numbers, anything. So,
So congrats to Evan Carter for hitting 289 this year.
And that's what we believe it's going to be.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the National League Awards, starting with your NL MVP. Who's it going to be?
All right, my NL MVP. I'm going to take Fernando Tatis Jr. I think he hits 289. Wow, I went 289
yeah,
with
you
both
did.
of my MVP. Nope. Rookie of the Year and then MVP.
It was close.
I got Tatis hitting 289 with 49 homers. I think he gets real close to that 50 mark. I think he drives in 116 runs. I think we were seeing Fernando Tatis break out, and then he got that suspension due to the illegal substances, and then it just kind of derailed his progression. And then he had last year where he was kind of hit or miss at times. This will be the year that Fernando Tatis puts together all that potential, and I say wins his first NL MVP award.
Nice.
Thank you.
I like that. I'm a Tatis fan, so
yeah,
wouldn't be mad at it.
The dude's an entertainer. If you haven't seen Tatis play baseball,
in real life, go watch him. Just dance around the outfield. Okay, let's get to your NL Cy Young. Who do you have?
I think the Cy Young in the NL this year is going to be Spencer Strider. And I think we were really close to that last year. I think his ERA was just a little too high to win it last year. But I think he goes 20-6. I think he has an ERA of 3.18, and I think he strikes out 295 guys this year. I think he gets close to that 300 mark. The guy added a new pitch. He was really just hard fastball, really good slider. He added a curveball to his mix that, by all accounts, we just had Michael Harris on the show recently, said, I haven't faced his curveball, but I can see it from center field.
Yeah.
It is nasty. And you've seen overlays of it online. I mean, it looks like a really good pitch for a pitcher that already broke Randy Johnson's strikeout record for his first year in the league. So pretty good. I'm going to take Spencer Strider to win the Cy Young Award this year.
Okay, who do you have as your National League Rookie of the Year?
All right, lastly, for my award picks, my NL Rookie of the Year, I'm going Jackson Merrill. We saw him in the Soul Series. Going to hit 281 this year, 21 homers, 88 RBIs. I just love his approach. I love everything about this guy. I love that he was drafted high as a shortstop. I love that he's playing center field because the team has a platinum glove winner at shortstop.
They have a lot of shortstops.
I love that he is willing to move out there. I love that he committed to it this offseason. I love how good his approach is at the plate. He has an approach at the plate of a 10-year veteran. And he's a rookie this year. He made the team out of camp because of the spring he had. And then just watching him in Seoul, honestly, I thought game 2 out there, he was phenomenal. He didn't get a hit in game 1, and every at-bat, I thought he had a really good approach, was hitting balls hard. This Padres lineup is so much deeper because you can plug him there at the back end of the lineup. I like him a lot. I think he's very productive for this team, and I think he walks away with the NL, hopefully not Cy Young. Well, that would be cool. But the NL Rookie of the Year award.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, we are going to go to your picks. Let's start with MVP.
Yeah, so we have a couple of the same, but my MVP is not that one. I have Mookie Betts winning the NL MVP this year. I know. Gonna go off. 336 average, 40 home runs, 110 RBI. He now has another MVP in the lineup right behind him. When you're around greatness, a guy like Shohei Ohtani, all it's going to do is elevate you to get to that next level and to continue to not only get better. Mookie is just the guy of consistency. And now that he's going to be their second baseman, if he can have the success that he has had almost every single position that he has played for the Dodgers, I think it's just going to add to his story on top of his offense. If he has a great defensive year, I'm going Mookie Betts. Dodgers are going to be the best team in baseball, and he's going to be the MVP.
If Mookie Betts hits 336 with 40 home runs, I'll eat my foot. 336? Woo! I could see 40 homers. And I hope he does it. I love Mookie. That is a high number.
Thank you.
All right.
Yep.
Mookie Betts, on to your Cy Young Award, NL Cy.
So these next two, we actually picked the same people. I also have, I have Spencer Strider as my NL Cy Young winner, 17-8, an ERA of 3.22, and 282 strikeouts, one more than he had last year. I mean, it is just a matter of time before Spencer Strider wins his first Cy Young. He's coming into his 4th season. He continues to break his own records that he is setting each season, and it feels like this is the year that he's going to get it done. Because once he's on, he is almost unhittable. So, as you know, now both of us believe that Spencer Strider is going to be the NL Cy Young winner this year.
So congrats.
Yep.
All right, on to our last one, your NL Rookie of the Year pick.
My NL Rookie of the Year is also Jackson Merrill. It was kind of the moment watching him in his debut in the Soul Series. He did not look like a 20-year-old making his major league debut. He just felt so comfortable, so in his place. And as you mentioned before, this is a guy who was a shortstop who then transitioned to center field and did it with so much confidence and grace. And he's on a team that has so much talent, so much potential. When we did our NL preview show, I believe that the Padres are going to be a playoff wildcard team this year. I think he is going to be a big help to this and young, exciting talent for the Padres, and he's going to be the Rookie of the Year.
I do always think it's funny, and I said the same thing, and hearing you say it made me think. It's like when a guy moves from his position out to another position, everyone always says, like, wow, good on him.
Yeah.
But it's always funny. If an organization comes to you and is like, hey, you can either stay a shortstop or you can be in the big leagues at a different position.
Yeah.
It's like,
okay, Okay, that's
all
what I'm going to
fine.
do. I have to do that.
I'm going to switch positions.
Yeah. But
he
we've
looked
seen
good
it with
out
some
there,
of the
too.
biggest names that we've had on here. Fernando Tatis Jr. made a position switch. Mookie Betts has made position switches the last few years. And
Oh my God,
it's
the last
just
few days. He changed
like-
his position. It's
like
unbelievable.
everywhere. So it says a lot to have that versatility. And at such a young age, and to make his debut and be as confident and comfortable as he was, is just, he's going to have a strong career.
Yep. All right. You know what time it is?
Our way too early World Series prediction bracket time?
Nope, because it is no longer way too early because it is opening day, my friends, and we naturally are going to put together our playoff bracket, all 12 teams leading up to our World Series winner. And this is always much awaited, I would say.
Okay.
Really, because the first year I ever did this, I got them all wrong, and ever since then, it's like, all right, let me see Ben's bracket again. But
to make sure
haters are
I
gonna
do
be
the
furious
opposite and I pick the opposite.
because every year it just gets better and better. So
Okay.
this year, this is what we're going to
Batter
go
up.
with. All right. So yesterday concluded our preview shows. We did AL and then we did NL. So all of our teams who we have making the playoffs, we announced. So if you're watching, you can see in the wall, but we have all 12 teams up here. We're going to start with the first matchup in the American League, which is my 3-seed Twins against the 6-seed Mariners.
Okay.
Alex, you know, and I know you are, I'm high on the Mariners.
Yep.
I'm going to take the Mariners to win in this series. I think if you match up with the Mariners in a 3-game series with those guys in that rotation, with Luis Castillo, Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, the names go on, really. I think Woo's going to be big for them this year. I don't think you want to face them in a 3-game set. Even though these games will be in Minnesota, I will have the Mariners advancing to play the number 2 seed, the Houston Astros. My next matchup in the first round is the number 5 seed Rangers against the number 4 seed New York Yankees. All right? In this series, I am going to have the New York Yankees advancing to play the Orioles, the 1 seed in the ALDS. Now, I think the Yankees are, as we mentioned yesterday, I think the Orioles are going to win that division. The Yankees are good. And by this point, they'll have Garrett Cole back in that rotation.
Yep.
Hopefully, as long as everything goes as continues to and goes as planned. And I think they match up well with that Rangers team. Garrett Cole on the mound in game 1 in New York because they're the higher seed.
Yeah.
I think they get it done and advance. So we are on to my ALDS, which we have Astros and Mariners in that first matchup for me, the 2 seed versus the 6 seed. I'm going to take the Astros here to get back to the ALCS. Their 8th straight ALCS that will make it, which is just remarkable. Look, these two teams match up really well, and I do think this division is close with all 3 of those teams. We talked about that in the Tuesday show with the Astros, Rangers, and Mariners. All of them are very good. I think this is a good series. Last time we got Astros-Mariners in the playoffs, the Astros swept them, but that did not tell the whole story.
No,
that was
that
a
was
really
close.
series. 2 of the 3 games came down to the wire. 1 went 17 innings. It was a really good series. I think we get that again and for more games. I think it'll be a best-of-5 series here, and it'll be a lot of fun. Next up, lastly, in my ALDS, we have Yankees-Orioles. Division rivalry there in the second round, and I think the Orioles advance here. Look, this is where I do believe the Orioles will have a big advantage over the Yankees.
Okay.
Oftentimes, I don't think a bye is the best thing in the world in that first round. But where I do think this is an advantage is for the Orioles because the Yankees will have to throw Garrett Cole in that first round. And they'll have to throw Carlos Rodon and maybe even Marcus Stroman if it goes to a 3rd game. So then by the time you get an advance to play the Orioles, who are you going with? That is a weakness for the New York Yankees this year is the depth in their rotation. They didn't go out and get Blake Snell. And as of this point, as we're filming this show, they don't have Jordan Montgomery on their team. They lack a little bit of depth in that rotation, and I think that's going to hurt them against a really deep Orioles lineup. And with Corbin Burns starting game 1 for them, I love that. I love this Orioles team to advance to the ALCS. Now I have the 1 seed Orioles against the 2 seed Astros in the ALCS. And yes, just as everyone suspected, I am going to take the Baltimore Orioles to get to the World Series. This is the year. You got Corbin Burns. I think Grayson Rodriguez is going to be a Cy Young caliber pitcher this year. I've now said that about approximately 9 players in the American League, but I really do like all of them. They're all going to be really good. Grayson Rodriguez is going to be nasty. You got Corbin Burns. You got Grayson Rodriguez. Then you have Kyle Bradish, who's going to be back from injury. There's your 1, 2, 3 right there. With the Astros, Justin in the rotation, Framber has shown to have some question marks when it comes to being that guy in the playoffs. He sometimes just seems to lose command. Who's that 3 going to be for the Astros? Is it going to be Hunter Brown? Still young. Sort of ran out of stamina a bit last year. Was really good, but wasn't the same guy at the end of the year. Where are those rotation question marks going to be answered? As of right now, I don't know. Of course, there's a lot of season to be played, and there's a trade deadline. You can always trade for somebody. But I love this Orioles team. They got that playoff experience last year, and I think that's going to be invaluable for them coming this year. The addition of Corbin Burns is exactly what they needed because, as I mentioned, the Orioles have just been following the blueprint that Mike Elias did with the Astros. And then Mike Elias goes to the Orioles, and he does the same thing there and builds a juggernaut of a team that could be good for the next decade. And I think this is the year where they turn that page. The Astros have been the poster child for success in the American League for the better part of a decade. I think this could be the year where that baton is passed to the Orioles and they take it for the next decade.
That's crazy because I think it was the beginning of last season is when you said, I think the Orioles are going to win the World Series within the next 4 years.
Timeline sped up a bit.
Okay.
I think this is...
we haven't said anything yet. You just said they're getting to the World Series.
They're getting to the World Series this year. We'll talk about the World Series matchup in a couple minutes because we're going to start with the National League over here on the right side. We got the Reds, my 3 seed, winning the NL Central, and the D-backs, my 6 seed, getting that 3rd and final wild card spot. So I am going to take here the Cincinnati Reds to win that matchup. We all know this. I'm high on the Reds. I'm high on that rotation. I like that rotation a lot. Come playoff time, you're going to have Hunter Green. I think Hunter Green is going to establish himself as the ace of the staff. I know he's not their opening day starter. I think he's that game 1 of the playoff starter. Then you'll have Frankie Montas. Hopefully Nick Lodolo is healthy by that point. They have a lot of rotation depth. Ellie De La Cruz is going to be the MVP of the Cincinnati Reds this year. He's going to be huge for them. I like this team. I think they win in the first round to advance to play the Braves, who I have as the 2 seed in the National League. Next up, my 4 seed against my 5 seed, Phillies against the Cubs. I'm going to take the Phillies here. Tough to win in Philly. I don't see where there's a world in which the Phillies aren't the top wild card seed. The only world in which the Phillies aren't the top wild card seed and have home field advantage in those few games is if they win the division because they're going to be really, really good. So I have them finishing just a few games back of the Braves, getting that top wild card spot, playing the Cubs in the first round. Tough to win in Philly. Give me the Phillies to advance over the Cubs to play the Dodgers in that next round. So on to my NLDS. You got the Braves against my fighting Cincinnati Reds. Braves are the 2 seed. I love the Braves. Braves are advancing here. Braves are too deep. 1 through 9 in that lineup is just relentless. I think they've now had 2 years where they look in the mirror and say, hey, that bye just ain't working for us. How are we going to figure it out? What are we going to do? The first year, they just kind of treated it like a normal off week. This past year, they treated it like, hey, we're going to play some games. We're going to scrimmage. We're going to allow fans into the stadium. We're going to have people here like it's a normal game, and we're going to play. That didn't work out either. What do they do now? Well, I don't know. I ain't paid to figure that out. Brian Snitker is, and I think he'll be able to do that this year, and they win a series in the playoffs. Next up, Phillies, Dodgers. Let that sink in. What a series. Phillies, Dodgers in the NLDS. I am going to take the Philadelphia Phillies to win and knock out the Dodgers in the first round of the playoffs for the 3rd straight year. I have the Dodgers winning 104 games in the regular season this year. I once again have them losing in the first round of the playoffs to the Phillies. The Phillies are so good. They have everything you could want out of a playoff team. They are built for October with their rotation of Wheeler and Nola, add in Ranger Suarez as a really solid 3 with a lineup that has guys that are so clutch. Bryce Harper's one of the most clutch players you'll find. Trey Turner in the playoffs, Nick Castellanos, JT Realmuto. This lineup is so good. Rotation, back into the bullpen as well. I'm very high on this Phillies team. I have them advancing over the Los Angeles Dodgers to the NLCS, which leads to an NLCS matchup of the NL East. Phillies and the Braves once again meeting in the playoffs. And I think for a third straight year, the Philadelphia Phillies knock out the Atlanta Braves, this time just in the NLCS instead of the NLDS, and advance to the World Series out of the National League. So, for those keeping track at home or those not keeping track at home or in your car or wherever the hell you are during this, I have the Phillies against the Orioles in the World Series this year. My World Series matchup, I like it a lot, and selfishly, this would be awesome to go to Philly and Baltimore for the World Series.
You just want to go to the bird bath. Let's be honest.
I want to sit in the bird bath.
That's all you want to do.
So bad. So bad. All right. Phillies, Orioles, World Series matchup. As we talked about, Alex, with the Orioles.
Yeah.
They are so young. They got that experience last year that I think was huge for them. And then all I kept clamoring on about was they need to add a starter. Just do it. You're only a starter away from changing your entire organization around, and they went and did it. They got Corbin Burnes to top off that rotation, pair him with a couple of other good pitchers, and you have a team that is getting to the World Series and losing to the Philadelphia Phillies because these guys are so good, and this is the year they get over the top and can win the World Series. They've been flirting with it for a couple of years. They got there against the Astros. They were close last year. This is the year they're able to get over the top. I really do like them. Everybody on their roster, top to bottom, lineup really good, rotation really good, bullpen really good, home crowd environment really good. It is a tough place to win. It is a tough place to play. And those young Orioles players are going to be in for a rude awakening when they go into Citizens Bank Park and need to win some games in October, end of October, early November. It ain't going to be easy. Give me the Phillies to win the World Series over the Baltimore Orioles. That is my 2024 prediction.
that was long.
Yeah, good luck.
Good.
It ain't
yeah.
easy. It ain't easy.
I got to be honest, this filling out our brackets gave me a little anxiety. But I'm excited for this. And
let's do it.
Are you ready? We've already gone through and we told you who we thought were going to win the division and who we thought the wild cards were going to be.
Yep.
So now we're going through. We're putting it all together. Let's get my bracket up on the board.
All right.
We're going to start on the American League side. I have the Rangers, the defending World Series champions, beating the Twins, moving on to play the Mariners. Little AL West division challenge there. Then I have Yankees and Astros.
What are you smiling about? I know what you did. And I don't know what you did, but I probably know your World Series winner as well. Let's get to it.
We're going to get there, yes. They're getting a nice little rematch. And I think the Yankees, they filled those spots. Their guys are going to be healthy, hopefully, come the postseason. And I think the Yankees are going to beat the Astros and move on to take on the Baltimore Orioles. So my ALDS.
You keep looking at me like I got something for you. I'm letting you.
I love feeling the heat.
There's no heat.
I love feeling the heat. That's okay. So let's go through my ALDS here. I have the Rangers beating the Mariners, but the Mariners obviously get into the postseason, which I'm high on Julio Rodriguez. I have him having a year being the AL MVP, feeling good about that. But the Rangers still strong, defending champs. I think they're moving on to the ALCS. Now let's go down to Yankees and Orioles. Also, Yankees, I think they filled some pieces that they needed to. Obviously, having the big piece in Juan Soto. If Aaron Judge can stay healthy and everyone's healthy, come the postseason, they're moving on to the ALCS.
Okay. You got Yanks, Rangers here in your ALCS.
I'm building my dream World Series matchup here, and I have the Yankees beating the Rangers to move on to the World Series. I can just already tell by your face.
Did you just spoil your World
No,
Series?
I didn't.
Yes,
no, I
you
didn't.
did.
No, I didn't. I might have just a little
Yeah,
bit.
your dream
Maybe
World
just
Series
a little
matchup
bit.
is
Let's
the Cubs.
move to the National League here. Because I have the Padres. Ben thinks they might be a playoff team. I believe they will be
That's the same
a playoff team. It's not the same thing. You think something, it might happen. You believe something, it will happen. That's the difference there. It's the mindset.
I believe your bracket.
We can ask America what they think, if it's the same thing or if it's different. Okay. So I have the Padres moving on to play the Braves.
Okay.
Then my 4 and 5, we got the Phillies and the Cubbies. I think the Cubbies obviously are going to sneak in there with the wild card, but it is going to be the Phillies over the Cubs. The Phillies are built for the postseason. This is where they just take it to the next level. A full season of Bryce Harper. Trey Turner is going to be healthy. They have the rotation to win in the postseason. So I think they move on to play the Dodgers.
Okay.
So now we have our NLDS. I have the Braves over the Padres.
Okay.
I think they're moving on. And we are going to get a rematch, an NLCS rematch of the Braves and the Dodgers, because the Dodgers are going to be beating the Phillies.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Who
we are.
is Alex gonna
Yes, we
pick?
are.
Oh my
Who
God.
is it going to be? Nobody knows. Biggest surprise ever. But it's going to be the Dodgers getting to the World Series. They put a super team together this year. You even said it. They're going to have one of the best regular seasons. They have been one of the best regular season teams we have seen in the last decade. But the pieces that they added, Glasnow, Ohtani, Yamamoto, I think that gets them over the edge and over that playoff hump to then beat the Yankees in the World Series and be the World Series champs. Because can you just imagine how beautiful this World Series matchup
That would be a great matchup.
This is what we need. This is what we deserve. And the Dodgers are going to come out on
Who's
top.
we?
The baseball world, the history between the Yankees and the Dodgers.
Who is
the
we?
fan base. Fox Sports, who would absolutely love this matchup.
No argument there.
Yep, thank you
Color
very much. We,
me-
that is we.
Color me shocked. Color me shocked.
I won't.
Yeah, shouldn't.
I won't.
No, this would be a fun World Series.
Yeah, but it's not your pick, so it's not happy. You're like, yeah, this would be okay. This would be fun.
All right,
This would be
I have
happy.
the Phillies winning it all over the Orioles, and Alex has the Dodgers winning it all over the New York Yankees. Alex, the only thing I'll say is when you were talking about the Yankees, there were a lot of if healthy. That is the entire thing with the New York Yankees is if healthy, they will be very
Great.
good.
They could be great.
There is not a lot of room for injuries,
No.
especially in the rotation, or if Soto or Judge, who has been dealing with a few injuries, creeps in.
A girl can
they're gonna-
dream.
They're going to be in
this
trouble.
This is the dream before the season starts. Then we get into reality once the postseason
I have
starts.
no problems with your picks.
Thank
No
you.
problems. Did I know them? Maybe. Do I have problems with them? I would love, that'd be a fun World Series. It really would. Also a fun episode. It's also opening day. So go root on your World Series
I'm
champion.
heading to Dodger Stadium. Let's go.
You got Tyler
Happy opening
Glasnow
day.
on the hill for the
Yep.
Dodgers tonight. Today. I will be there tomorrow night when they have Bobby Miller on the mound playing the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
But it's opening day, my friends. Listen to this and then go watch all those games. Turn on every game you possibly can because it's here. We made it. We did it, and baseball is back, my friends. Flippin' Bats will be with you 4 times a week all season long, so make sure you follow, subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify. You can also watch everything we do on Spotify as well, and on YouTube at Flippin' Bats Pod there, and follow us on TikTok. We are so close to 100,000 followers, getting closer and closer. That is the goal, and you following helps us out. So thank you all for listening. Enjoy opening day, everyone. And until next time, remember, find your bat and flip it.